After that night, everything started to change. It wasn't just the sleeplessness, or the nightmares, or the constant cold that followed me like a second skin. It was the reflection, the one in the mirror. It wasn't me. It looked like me, dressed like me, moved like me, but it wasn't synchronized. Sometimes I'd lift my hand and the reflection would respond a second late. Sometimes it smiled when I didn't, and sometimes it stared back with eyes that weren't mine. At school, my best friend Rahul pulled me aside and whispered, "Bro, your eyes, they look empty, like you're not fully there." He avoided me after that. At home, things got worse. My mother stopped speaking to me the same way. One night, I found her crying in the kitchen. I asked what happened. She looked up at me and whispered in a voice I'll never forget, "You're not my son. My son doesn't look at me like that." I started to lose my grip on what was real. Desperate, I went through my grandfather's old belongings. I found a small, dusty box tucked deep inside his wooden chest. Inside was a leather-bound journal, handwritten yellowed pages, and a name on the first page, Raghav, my grandfather's younger brother, the same brother who mysteriously vanished decades ago. I read every word. Raghav had lived in that same house, in the same room I now occupied. He'd heard whispers too. He'd opened the same door. And just like me, he'd found the mirror. One entry chilled my blood. I don't know if I'm me anymore. The reflection is quicker now. Stronger, it speaks when I sleep. It says if I let it in, I can be free. But at what cost? At the bottom of that page, in red ink, were the words, "The path to freedom is inside the mirror, but not everyone returns." That night, I went back to the room. The mirror waited for me like an old friend. As I stepped forward, my reflection didn't move at all. Then, it smiled and stepped out. I couldn't move. It stood inches away from me. The same face, same body, but the voice was nothing like mine. It leaned close and said, "You thought I came from the mirror. I came from you. I was born from your doubt, your fear, your secrets. I didn't steal you. You called me." I fell to my knees, because in that moment, I realized I wasn't being haunted. I was being replaced